Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
Come on. So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
Where's the rest of it?
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
You win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat? Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Was as the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Right. Ready to go home, boy? Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. It beats sneaking around on your Todd all the time.
Todd? I don't know what that word means
I'll
in
make a
that
start on putting
context.
this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
I think it was cool that they let you choose between. Hold on.
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
I think it's cool they let you choose between two NPCs to go with you in that part. Trails does that a lot since it has such a big party. And it encourages you to like replay the game. So I wonder if they're gonna do it more often in this like chain of quests. Since it looks like we're just gonna be doing a bunch of fetch quests for now. They cannot talk right now.
It hasn't been a...
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Alright, I gotta go. My clothes in the dryer. One truth in life is that laundry never ends.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's,
I see. Would that help?
Oh, very much. I'll gather my team and head there right away.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
I always end up getting lost here.
No use calling Ambrosia now.
Bro, at this point I might as well just teleport back.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need.
Ready, go? Time to fight. You deserve a rest.
Y'all seriously follow me over here?
Oh, there you are, Sid. The, ruins are just over there.
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go. Nice try. Fine how. Too slow.
And she was scared for what?
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. But don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Mid got us fetch questing, bro.
We're seeing troops amassing at every port.
Think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
Speed run straight right here. Just teleport back in.
Harpocrates, do you have the moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Of course, G.
For Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelisk might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
Are they gonna ask me to choose between them? Of course I'm choosing Jill. That's not even a question.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Why would I choose Tarja?
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Why on earth would I choose Tarja in this situation? That makes no sense. Come here.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. We could have done with some of that on Justinus.
So, Clive, who will accompany?
Of course is... Bro, what kind of question is that?
So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list.
White chocobo eggs. Are you sure this list is right? I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more
Though these items may seem mundane,
I'm gonna speed this part up
they have
because
potent effects that
it's not
so
hidden
much
for
so, in
me,
fact,
to be
that they were
honest.
harvested almost to extinction. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway.
I will.
You two enjoy.
You too, Talia.
Oh, Tarja. Oops. I was saying Tarja like it's Tharja from Fire Emblem Awakening.
Now, where's Jill?
Keep them pilchers nice.
And what can I do for you? And a fine, fine day to you.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredient?
I'm sure everything we need is somewhere among. Why don't we split up and...
All right.
How about you look for the... I'll find the other things we need.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in... Fresh cuts! Come and get them!
You gotta be grocery
Have a nudge,
shopping.
but you're free to look. Ah, yes. How the hell is anyone... What do you want? Go on.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
All anyone ever wants anymore.
Did you find everything?
I did.
Garlic. Now all that remains is for Hippocrates. But before we head back...
Of course. Of course, you already know. Anything for you, Jill.
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in, but then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just, oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just, you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
How many more of these do we have? Who else needs that small character development? This is what this part of the game is about.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpocrates?
Well, very well. I was just explaining to Talia, and now that we have all the...
You can count on me.
What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you.
Right then. Jill.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Harpocrates. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
Let's go, Mid.
The no thanks to Sid.
He cracked the crystal too.
Oh wait, I can't go this way.
It's no joke.
I feel like it'd be taking a long time just to get anywhere in this base.
Mid hasn't been.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Editors reading books that don't have pictures in. Crazy.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Harpocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
When I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find.
She laughed without moving her mouth.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
Oh, this is...
This
is good.
To get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans. I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Side quest? Oh no! We can do this. Are there any more? Okay, there's just these two.
He cracked the crystal too.
Oh God.
Trouble with the ledgers. Shouldn't he be asking Otto for help?
Something ain't right what you done.
He seemed well enough when I last saw him.
As long as the stories are good on these, I won't really complain. But that's a lot of side quests. Considering that the main story quest was just a bunch of side quests. The FF14 issue.
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case. Blackthorn.
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you might still be doubting your craft. Even after perhaps sharing your thoughts might have.
That bastard still. You've got a keen eye. He's just, well...
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that.
So that's what's troubling you?
No. Not troubling me exactly.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome, and we can't have our master blacksmith be...
You're a soft touch, but I can't say I'm not grateful for it.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this.
Something I noticed about Clive's eye is that sometimes it'll just be gray. Like, his eyes are normally blue. Sometimes they'll just be gray like he's dead. I don't know if it's the lighting or if it's intentional or what.
You think something's wrong with Torgal?
Like, right here it's blue, but sometimes, like earlier, it was just gray.
Congratulations. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at them. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it he said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's...
I suppose things have been different since Ross. Perhaps Hippocrates knows.
Instead of everything, you mean?
You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn.
Running around after him?
I suppose I am, yes. But any...
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and which made it nice and easy.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off. Fine. If Lord Ignac's the man you want, Dalmekian bloke, and he's got more money than sense, which is reckon he'll still be at the inn in
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's...
I appreciate the warning. Lawsman.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may...
I rather think she might be right. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. If we assume that his newfound magic... It may well be that the Bones Lady cat frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far. As to where one might find a suitable substitute...
I don't recall ever seeing...
And little wonder. The oldest and the last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about...
Even so.
Good hunting.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really? That's a ship. Let's sail it round the lake.
Oh, that?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. You earned this.
Clive. That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto, maybe listen. A little. Listen. I've some bad, and it's maybe sadly that square. I can straighten it out, I swear, but I'm gonna need help keeping.
Be late for that.
There you are.
So let me get this straight. And instead of coming straight, you get Clive to come to you, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. Well?
Oh, just Martha.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends
each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaways.
Do we have that much to hand?
No, we don't. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better besides.
All right. Is there anything I can do to...
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. A little something Sid nice, and I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably
I'm sure there will be.
But you know how it is with this place.
I know. Which is what?
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clark? Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you.
Well...
Don't worry.
Really?
No.
When it comes to boyish charm...
She's been repeating herself for like 4 main missions. Well, maybe 3 main missions now.
Well... Here, Sid.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this lovely bit of kit, yes? Problem is, it won't all, which is why I've been looking for something to...
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too.
Proper Joe!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but Bob Ashell gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university. You pour the blackest blight water through it. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to... And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bob.
I take it that's where I come in.
I saw a billet. I would have gone myself, but... Well...
All right.
Thank you kindly.
Alright, we got like 5 side quests to do and the main story, so let's get cracking. Hopefully these aren't too bad. Start to speed up the side. Hopefully there aren't too many hunts. I think there's only 1. I did all the other ones before I started streaming. There's only 1. The Croc.
All right, Clive. Asterix. We'd finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
You got finesse.
I might still be able to catch her.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep.
In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are you? I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you.
Got a letter for you.
One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you.
Thank you, Obelus.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle?
My dear boy, my journey to Canver, with a resounding success.
Trouble in Canva.
Use Gav as a.
We'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
I was gonna say spy, but I guess sentry is a better word.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too.
Let's go.
She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I guess I'm locked out of these side quests. I probably shouldn't have progressed. That's okay though. We can always go back, right?
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
I like that shot.
That's it. Your protege's
Like 3 different directions.
outlaw of himself.
As always, the cinematography. This is cinema. As Scorsese said. Yeah, I did Kuka like literally not even last night, this morning at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I got locked out of every side quest I have. That's unfortunate. I knew Sid was gonna die as soon as I saw how good his character was.
How are you feeling?
Better.
I mean, they gave him a death flag as soon as he was introduced too. Like literally right after he used the Ramu, started coughing up blood. I was like, yeah, it's wraps for him. It's literally over. They let you know well ahead of time. They're like, don't get too attached to him.
This used to be
He will be dying.
merchants crossing the scars. Till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
So what do you think? Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow?
Oh, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to... Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not...
My brother's right on all accounts.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to...
Yeah, I like how they're building his character even after he's dead.
You, however,
especially like through mid and everyone that he helped out. I like when games are able to do that. A good example of that... I don't think I can say that without spoilers. I'm not gonna say that.
You've clearly got a fine head on those.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Bocklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods.
All right.
Nope. You just put an end to those bandits and...
Get cart. Just threw like 8 side quests at me, and then locked me out of them.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
Look lively, you lot.
These must be our bandits.
Can't even see anything. I'm just going off pure vibes. Them dealt with. No. Where's that cut? What? I can't even do that yet.
Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we've found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant friend will be delighted.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need to worry about. It's been a pleasure.
There's no need to be so rude. What if we want his help again?
That was unless that was set up for something, that was a weird place to put a side
You've
quest.
had your rewards and you're not getting any more.
I'm assuming that they're gonna ask us for help again though, later.
Come on. Run like the wind.
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least. The path continues on the other side. They'll get surrounded.
Nah. Let me just go around that. Hey, Niagara Falls. I was just there a week and a half ago.
The land of the gods.
Almost 2 weeks ago now.
It's even
Damn.
more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
Yes. My favorite was One Piece.
Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
My nigga Dion.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sambrec.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it. And I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Grieger, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sambrec.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sambrec, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
Dion's not playing around.
Bocklab Market.
Thought this dude said the blood clot market. The blood clot market.
We just need to hug the coast.
Bocklab. Bomb Bocklab. That's funny.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
Who are these people?
Mother, I'm thirsty.
We're nearly at the markets. I'll get you something to drink there, all right?
If we can afford a new crystal.
That was like the strongest accent I've heard in this game so far.
And they're all making for the crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing. That'll do, girl.
There are no crystals here. We have to keep going. The crystalline Dominion is our only chance.
I know. This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
That's that then. No traders pass. No passage.
Water for hire. The best service at the best price. Others will carry off your... Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait. Farewell.
Nice. Orchestration room.
I hear the brothers found another victim. Can you believe it?
I believe it, all right. What's that?
Ah, a soldier like yourself could do with hearing this. If ever you see a couple of brothers up in Lateney's Cleft, you just pass them right on by.
And why is that?
Because they're duplicitous bastards who make cutthroats and footpads look like upstanding citizens by comparison. What they do is befriend a passing merchant, someone new to the area, and steer them straight into the arms of bandits. The merchant dead and his murderers busy bickering over the poor bastard's wares. The brothers set to sweet-talking some other unsuspecting fool, a warrior. Now, the brave soul charges into the footpad's den thinking he's doing the realm a favour, and when he's done, the brothers sweep in and loot the bandits and dead merchant both.
Yeah, there's a lazy sort of cunning to it, I suppose. You'd think they'd run out of bandits eventually.
So close to Bocklab? Not bloody likely.
I suppose you're right. Anyway, if you run into them, you steer clear. Or better yet, give them a damn good hiding.
Thanks for the warning.
I think that was one of the first times that I've seen an NPC dialogue just get a straight up cutscene.
If our new arrivals had brought any coin with them, they'd be rich.
Out of my sight, wretch! Peaches and pears.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. But you're more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the crystalline dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.
Son, taste my peaches! They're sweet as nectar!
Alright, so these side quests being on the map are really bothering me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna finish these when I get back, and then do the main story. I gotta go eat. I'll be back on in like about an hour or so. I'm gonna just turn the stream off, to be honest. I'm not gonna raid anybody. I'll be back in an hour.